Hello, my book family. I hope you're doing fantastic. I'm doing great. Thank you very much. Y'all see what I did here? Y'all know I'm in my cowboy era. Let me rephrase that. Y'all know I'm in my cowgirl era, so yeah, I thought I'd look classy today. I don't know. I had this look. I just felt inspired. So I thought I'd do like brown cowboy hat and all of this cute stuff. So even though it doesn't quite match, but you know, you get the point. Anyways, you guys, so in today's video, I will be sharing with you my August TBR. So please don't go too far. Stay with me. All right, Caribou, Jambo, my name is Chilanda and this is Library Without Borders. I don't know why I always say Library Without Borders. I don't know, it just sounds fun to say it that way. Imagine I said, welcome to Library Without Borders. Huh? It doesn't give, it's not giving, okay? Welcome to Library Without Borders. All right, you guys, I hope you're doing fantastic. As I am filming this, it is August 5th, so we're already a week into August, so yay! Anyways, before I talk to you about the books, I wanted to just chat with you a little bit, okay? So, as some of you may know, August usually represents, you know, Virgo. You know, it's like the horoscope for Virgo. I know it starts on August 23rd, so I was born on August 31st. So in French, it means je suis vierge. Yeah, if those people who don't know what vierge means, it actually means you're a virgin. But you know, in English, it's Virgo. So I wanted to share what they say about Virgos. So I have my kid's iPad here. What type of person is Virgo? And I'll tell you if I meet the characteristics. Virgos are humble. I am humble. They are self-effacing. I don't know about that. Industrious. Yeah. And practical. Absolutely. I am practical, trust me. But under the surface, they are frequently natural. Yes, I am kind, absolutely. Sympathetic, yes, as befits their zodiac sign. Virgoans are methodical and quick thinkers, yet they have so much mental energy and they are frequently stressed and tense. Absolutely. That last sentence is me to the T. Like, even in the books that I read tense books. I don't know, but that's just me. Like, I'm a fiery person. That was me. That really is me. All of it describes me. So, yeah. Anyways, so also I wanted to mention something extraordinary that I discovered. I don't even know if I'm supposed to say this on the internet, but let's just do it. So the other day I saw this, I was on Instagram and I saw this guy. He was talking about the longest male members. Y'all know what I'm talking about. In the world. And then I was curious and I listened to the end, and apparently the Republic Democratic of Congo, my lovely country, holds the biggest, the longest, the thickest. I'm gonna put an eggplant here so y'all can just understand. Y'all, you know what I mean? And I was like, yay! We hold the biggest. Okay. Anyways, after all that excitement, then I thought about it for real. I was like, that sounds all cool and fancy and mighty. But then I'm like, but the average woman cannot take more than, 6-7 inch? So what's the point of that? Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, thought I'd let you know. I'd share that with you guys. All right, you guys. So without further ado, let's get into the books I want to read for the month of August. Now, there are 3 books that I couldn't get through in the month of July that I have brought back into the month of August. And that's what I'm going to do. Every time I do not finish 1 or 2 books, I'm just going to bring them onto the next month. So let's see what I have for you. Ta-da! Look at all of this. Isn't it colorful? Okay, let's go through them. So first on my list, and I'm not going to be reading them in this particular order. They're just stacked in this order. So first we have Dear Child by Romy Hosman. I believe this is a thriller mystery. Y'all can look it up, but I think it's a thriller. And the synopsis of this book says, a windowless shack in the woods, a dash to safety. But when a woman finally escapes her captor, the end of the story is only the beginning of her nightmare. She says her name is Lena. Lena, who disappeared without a trace 14 years prior. She fits the profile. She has the distinctive scar, but her family swears that she isn't their Lena. The little girl who escaped the woods with her knows things she isn't sharing. And Lena's devastated father is trying to piece together details that don't quite fit. Lena is desperate to begin again, but something tells her that her tormentor still wants to get back what belongs to him, and that she may not be able to truly escape until the whole truth about what happened in the woods finally emerges. See, told you it's a thriller. Then we have this famous book. I think it's been on my TBR for 2 months now, so hopefully I will read it this month. Yeah, it's a young indigenous woman enters a colonizer-run dragon academy and quickly finds herself at odds with the approved way of doing things in the first book of a brilliant new fantasy series. So thank God this is the first book. Then this book caught my curiosity. Of course, it was in my library, and this was part of a book haul I did last year. And I don't know, I just thought the title was interesting. I liked the cover. Look at the flowers, the green. Goes with my brown. It says The Last Heir to Blackwood Library. I mean, library, books. Don't we love that? By Hester Fox. Alright, so what is this book about? With a stroke of a pen, 23-year-old Ivy Radcliffe becomes Lady Hayworth, owner of a sprawling estate on the Yorkshire moors. Ivy has never heard of Blackwood Abbey or of the ancient bloodline from which she's descended. With nothing to keep her in London since losing her brother in the Great War, she wearily makes her way to her new home. The Abbey is foreboding, the servants reserved and suspicious, but there is a treasure waiting behind locked doors, a magnificent library. Despite cryptic warnings from the staff, Ivy feels irresistibly drawn to its dusty shelves, where familiar works mingle with strange, esoteric texts. And she senses something else in the library too, a presence that seems to have a will of its own. Does this have horror to it? Horror aspects? Rumor swirls in the village about the Abbey's previous owners, about ghosts and curses, and an enigmatic manuscript at the center of it all. See, there you go, it answered my question. And as events grow more sinister, it will be up to Ivy to uncover the library's mysteries in order to reclaim her own story before it vanishes forever. I'm a brave girl, and I know I can put my fear aside and read this book a night. Next, we have The 12 Tribes of Hattie by Ayanna Mathis. And I believe this book was actually read by La Rosa. She had done a review on this book, and I thought it was interesting. So it says here, in 1923, 15-year-old Hattie Shepherd flees Georgia and settles in Philadelphia, hoping for a chance at a better life. Instead, she marries a man who will bring her nothing but disappointment and watches helplessly as her firstborn twins succumb to an illness a few pennies could have prevented. Hattie gives birth to 9 more children, lordy lord, whom she raises with grit and mettle and not an ounce of the tenderness they crave. She vows to prepare them for a world she knows will not be kind. Captured here in 12 luminous narrative threads, their lives tell the story of a mother's monumental courage and the journey of a nation. See, this is reminiscent a little bit of sometimes how I try to raise my kids, because as I am growing up, I'm in my mid-30s, and trust me, I have discovered the real world. And just like a lot of us, we try to escape the real world because of how it's mean and sometimes unwelcoming to human. I try to raise my kids with that kind of tough love because yeah, I have this whole thing of like, when you go out there, people are not nice, you know? So you best have a tough skin to navigate this world. And then next I have Off the Record, A Story Too Explosive to Keep Quiet by Cameron Goret. I love the cover. This also was part of a book haul like last year. And I think it's YA. Let's see. Ever since 17-year-old Josie Wright can remember, writing has been her identity. The thing that grounds her when everything else is a garbage fire. So when she wins a contest to write a celebrity profile for Deep Focus magazine, she's equal parts excited and scared, but also ready. She's got this. Soon, Josie's jetting off on a multi-city tour, rubbing elbows with sparkly celebrities, frenetic handlers, stone-faced producers, and eccentric stylists. She even finds herself catching feelings for the subject of her profile, dazzling young newcomer Marius Canet with a C, C-A-N-E-T. How would you pronounce that? Josie's world is expanding so rapidly, she doesn't know whether she's flying or falling. But when a young actress lets her in on a terrible secret, the answer is clear. She's in over her head. One woman's account leads to another and another. Josie wants to explore the men responsible, but she's reluctant to speak up, unsure if this is her story to tell. What if she lets down the women who have entrusted her with their stories? What if this ends her writing career before it even begins? There are so many reasons not to go ahead, but if Josie doesn't step up, who will? Oh, the mystery, the mystery. And then, you know, in my quest to read from authors of the motherland, we have this one, Drinking from Graveyard Wells. Stories by Yvette Lisa Lovn. Excuse the glare, but that's the name right here. And I believe this was actually recommended. It's pretty short, so I'm hoping to get through it real quick. And apparently it's short stories. All right, so I was gonna say this was actually recommended by D. Roxelle, I believe. By Deja. Even in death, who has ownership over Black women's bodies? Questions like this lurk between the lines of this stunning collection of stories that engage with African women's histories, both personal and generational. Their history is not just one thing. There is heartbreak and pain and joy and flying and magic, so much magic. An avenging spirit takes on the patriarchy from beyond the grave. An immigrant woman undergoes a naturalization ceremony in an imagined American state that demands that immigrants pay a toll of the thing they love the most. A first-generation Zimbabwean American woman hunted by a generational trauma is willing to pay the ultimate price to take her pain away, giving up her memories. A neighborhood gossip wakes up to find that houses are mysteriously vanishing in the night. A shape-shifting freedom fighter leaves a legacy of resistance to her granddaughter. Okay, so let's see. In Drinking from Graveyard Wells, Yvette Lisa Ndlovu assembles poignantly reflective stories that center the voices of African women charting their own Black history through the ages. Ndlovu's stories play with genre from softly surreal to deeply fantastical. Each narrative is wrapped in the literary eloquence and tradition of Southern African mythology, transporting readers into the lives of African women who have fought across space and time to be seen. Oh, she says, drawing on her own early experiences as a Zimbabwean living under the Mugabe dictatorship, Ndlovu's stories are grounded in truth and empathy. I'm gonna love this. I know I will. And then these are the two books that I think they were also part of my, I think this one, The Mountain Sing, right? The Mountain Sing. I think I had it for July, didn't get to it. So I'm hoping to actually read it this month. So just to refresh your memory what the story is about, set against the backdrop of the Vietnam War, The Mountain Sing tells an intimate, enveloping story of 4 generations of the Tran family, as seen through the eyes of the matriarch, Tran Di Lan, and her granddaughter, Wang Di Lang was forced by the communists to flee her family's prosperous farm during the land reform in 1955. With 5 or 6 children, she embarks on a perilous journey to keep them safe and is forced to make unthinkable choices across the way. Years later, in Hanoi, she survives the American bombardment with young Wang, whose parents and uncles have left to fight in the conflict that continues to tear both her family and her beloved country apart. Well, fantastic book. I just finished reading a Japanese story set in both Japan and the United States during the Pearl Harbor war, and I'm ready to talk to you about it. Like, whoa, mind-blowing, that story. Then I have added this story by Lisa C. And it says The Tea Girl of Hummingbird. In their remote Chinese mountain village, Li Yan and her family align their lives around the seasons and the farming of tea. For the Aka people, ensconced in ritual and routine, life goes on as it has for generations, until a stranger appears at the village gate in a jeep, the first automobile any of the villagers have ever seen. Ooh. The stranger's arrival marks the entrance of the modern world in the lives of the Aka people. Slowly, Li Yan, one of the few educated girls on her mountain, begins to reject the customs that shaped her early life. When she has a baby out of wedlock, conceived with a man her parents consider a bad match, she rejects the tradition that would compel her to give the child over to be killed. Well, thank God. And instead leaves her wrapped in a blanket with a tea cake tucked in its folds, near an orphanage in a neighboring city. As Li Yan comes into herself, leaving her insular villages for an education, a business, and city life, her daughter, Haley, is raised in California by loving adoptive parents. Despite her privileged childhood, Haley wonders about her origins, and across the ocean, Li Yan longs for her lost daughter. Yeah, I am already feeling my mother emotions starting to be riled up because of this already. Over the course of years, each searches for meaning in the study of pu'er, the tea that has shaped their family's destiny for centuries. Woohoo! Okay, y'all. So, those are the books that I plan to read for the month of August. But as I mentioned, it is also my birthday month, so I'm hoping that I will find a specific book for my birthday. I don't know which one yet, but I've seen either, I think it's The Devil Wears, it's not Prada. I might put the title here. There's that one, and then The Birthday Girl that I'm debating to see which one will speak to me on my birthday week, so I can, read it. But on this note, y'all, I hope you are excited, just I am, to either pick up one of these books with me, or if you have picked it up, you're excited for me to read it and maybe, share my thoughts with y'all. So on that, I will say thank you again for watching. Thank you for my new subscribers. I appreciate y'all. Welcome to the Chilanda family. I hope I will see you in my next video. So please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Bye.